we can do with that, I guess. Can maybe go and get a few more crops. Okay, we have a letter here. Keep finding cool stuff by backpack is full. So you will want to get the larger backpack because we did run out of things, but we don't really need it yet. We can actually just use a chest. Now, fishing trip. This guy, Willy, really good because he gives you a fishing rod, and fishing can be a really good way to earn some decent cash earlier in the game for effectively very little effort. Okay, so we need to do this. It's much cleaner already. So I think I'll just spend most of my spare energy every day just clearing out areas of the farm. Okay, so we'll leave this grass here so it can regrow. Although there's actually quite a lot of grass over in this area, so maybe we don't need this actually, because grass does spread, so there's not much point in letting it spread onto our crops or near the crops if we don't need to. Now, one thing I'm going to do, if I'm going to do any fishing at all, I do need space to put all these fish. I'm trying to get to this tree without having to spend energy cutting down grass or fibre or whatever it is. So there's a lot of fodder here that can be made into hay. Okay, so we have enough wood now to make a chest. So we can start storing things. So chests can go pretty much anywhere from my understanding. You can even put them in town if you want to. So let's put things that we want to keep here. So things like sap. There's not much point in eating them because they give you negative energy and they're not really worth a lot, so there's not much point in selling them. But you can use them to make fertilizer when you get your foraging skill high enough. So let's go and talk to Willy down... actually, let's go this way. If we go this way, there might be some other things to forage, and then we'll also maybe get to go meet some other people. If I can actually find a way down here. The other thing about this long grass actually is that there's just less stuff in your way. I think mistake. I'm probably going to have to... Actually, I don't think this costs energy, does it? No, this doesn't. So yeah, actually, this is completely free. We can do this. We can get the fibre at least. This isn't. We need to spend energy chopping this piece of wood, but the scything is actually completely free. So this is the other part-time. So this is Robin's house, or... I can't remember who this person is. Robin is the person who builds stuff for you. This is... Oh, there's someone else here to talk to. Jazz. Hi. Whoever's the house this is, they're not here. Did I say the name right? It's on the map, right? Leah's cottage. Okay, so maybe we have met Leah already. Oh, Leah's cottage is down here, though. Now, this is what I wanted. Marnie's ranch. So she's the one who gives you, obviously, animals. So very useful in the future. This is the way to town. Oh, I didn't meet this person yesterday. Come here, I can catch him. He's only walking very slowly. Oh, you can hide in the bushes. Vincent. Ooh, a stranger. My name is Vincent. How do you know, kid? I might be awful. Okay, cutscene. Guy smoking a pipe. On the those seagulls seem to be very interested in his pipe. Really, ahoy there, son! Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet you. I just want that sweet fishing rod. I'm still trying to unwind for a month out of the salty seas. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me. The art of fishing stays alive. And hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. I most definitely will do. Okay, so we have a bamboo pole. So this is the first tier of fishing rod. So it's not the best, but we can at least catch some fish with it. What should we go for now then? I know how to fish. Can I leave now? Please? Okay. So we have the fishing rod. We also actually have some mixed seeds. We should probably go and plant those. We should see if there's anything interesting on the beach as well. So these can be a nice way to just earn a little bit extra cash, and also giving them to people. So people like things like shells. So we need 300 wood to fix this, and there are a bunch of things like coral and anemones over there. But right now, we don't have that kind of wood. We could do some fishing. So what have we got? So we got our crops over here. So yeah, our farm is quite large. I think in the forest one, there's a forest here that you can go into. That's why it's obviously the forest map, but the farm doesn't go as far over. There's the river here, there's a lake, the wizard's tower that we don't get access to yet, I don't think, until you've done some of the community centre things. So I guess we'll just do a bit of fishing. Oh, we can't do any fishing because our inventory is full, so never mind. We'll go and plant these mixed seeds, and I'll also go and sell these daffodils. So, got stuck. One thing is it's 11:10 AM. It looks probably dark for 11:10. Oh, I don't think I met this person before. No, I don't want to eat a daffodil. Oh, this is Marnie. Mine looks different from behind. Oh, let's see who's in here. Do you have an appointment? No. Oh, I don't need to talk to this person. Well, never mind. Oh, that's the person I talked to before. That's Granny. What we can do... Oh, there's some things on here. So, yeah, so we have Lewis's birthday on Sunday, and the Egg Festival is on the 13th. So we really want to kind of... We want to get strawberry seeds, I think, at the Egg Festival. What I might go and do, though... So there's a quest here. So 1 catfish. So we may as well accept this quest. So catfish, if I'm not mistaken, only spawn on rainy days. So we have 210. Now, one thing, obviously, as I said, we do want to have at least one of everything. And I think our inventory is full. You know what, we'll get rid of these mixed seeds because we probably don't need them. We want one of everything grown, but you also realistically want a gold or a high tier product of everything, because you want a gold bean or a gold starred bean and a gold starred cauliflower, because for the community centre I think it only accepts golden items or high quality items. So we've got some parsnips already growing, we've got some potatoes already growing, we have some beans now that we can grow. I don't think we need kale. I think it's only the 4 main crops you use for the community centre. It would be nice if we could have got more than 1 cauliflower, because the chance of our 1 cauliflower being gold cauliflower is quite unusual. So this is 12 days, the cauliflower. So it will be ready on the 14th, which is the day after the Egg Festival. Probably don't want this here. So let's get this going. If I can actually, if I can hit the right area. The other thing we need are bean starters. You can't walk through beans, can you? So I really need to start my beans sort of like this, out the way, so that because you can't actually walk through them. They are a fixed item, so you have to plant them in rows in some way in which you can actually you can get to them. I'll put a cauliflower down. I don't actually have any mixed seeds, so I didn't need to till the rest of these spaces. Clay, very useful for building things. So we'll put that in there. We've got some wood. We'll keep all of these things for later. We'll keep our fishing pole. I'm not going to go to the mines yet, so there's not much point in carrying the pickaxe. And then after that, it's probably about as useful as it needs to be. So now it's just a case of watering these things. I don't think we checked the TV this morning, did we? Maybe we did. Did we check the TV? I don't actually remember. Mainly the weather reports. Let's going to rain all day tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is a great day for catching catfish. Now let's just drop back down here again. You know, I really would like a nice path through to this. Because scything is free, so we may as well just clear out all of this. So we can quite easily walk down here. We are now carrying fibre and mixed seeds, so I should probably put these back up here. But I want to just check if there's anything else that we can forage while we're waiting for things to grow. So mixed seeds I think can just grow into anything. There's just a chance that there can be each of the different crops or items. In fact, we can put this in the chest as well. I'm not entirely sure what fibre is used for. I think that there must be something it's used for. It's pretty common, you get it quite regularly. You also don't want these weeds to grow into your plants, I think, as well, into your crops, because they break your crops. So you want to kind of keep these things under control. Oh, did I just pick one of the seed? Well, you know what, we'll get that later. We can run along underneath this. So there is a dandelion there. What else? Is there anything over here we can pick up? Oh, somebody's over here. I think she's drawing by the lake. Oh, well, cool. Leah liked that gift. That's nice. It's not what I anticipated doing, but could be worse. I think you can go over there once you can cut these stumps, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I think you can cut those stumps. I think that's the secret forest over there. This is the wizard's tower down here. Maybe you can just get to the wizard's tower, actually. I thought it was blocked off. I thought it was something you couldn't get to until something happens. Maybe you can't go in it until the community centre. Yeah, it's locked. You can hear someone inside. So I think the wizard gets... You can go and talk to him after the community centre has been introduced to you. Oh, there's another dandelion down there. So dandelions are great because they give you free energy. They're not really worth very much, but energy is much more important than money, especially to begin with. This is where the cat has... Oh, there's a horseradish over here. Foraging skill, yeah, every item you pick up, so the way that skills work here is you have your skills, so your foraging skill goes up. I don't remember getting a thing to say I got skill 1. Or maybe I'll get the notification tonight. So yeah, your foraging skill basically gives you additional perks. So I have +1 axe efficiency here, and then fishing you get additional fishing abilities to the bar that you get while your fishing gets bigger, and then you can sell things for more. And then I think time's paused while I'm in this, yeah. And then mining, you get mining efficiency. Farming, your crops sell for more, I think. And then combat, you get a damage buff. And there are different things. Once you get to level 5, you get to choose one perk, and then depending on which perk you choose at level 5, by the time you get to level 10, you then have another perk you can choose. You kind of specialise in, for example, in farming, you can specialise in either crop production or in animal husbandry. And if you choose crop production at level 5, then you get 2 crop-related perks at level 10 to choose from. And the same for animals. So if you chose the animal perk at level 5, then by the time you get to level 10, you got 2 perks that are specific to animals. So it really depends how you want to play the game. I think I'm going to play a bit of a mixture. I'm not just going to go hardcore ancient seed or whatever the best crop is in the game and just only grow that one seed. I want to kind of keep it a bit realistic and a bit more fun, I guess, by having a mixture of crops and then some animals and some artisan goods. And I'm probably going to get into some of the relationship stuff. The relationships can be a bit of a pain, especially for some of the NPCs. They're really hard to get a good relationship going with them. So I don't know whether I will necessarily always talk to all these people, but we may as well get to know them a bit. So there doesn't seem to be any more forageable goods down here, which is a bit of a shame, but it's 7:30. I think I'm probably going to spend the rest of my energy there's not much point in fishing. I might just spend the rest of my energy just clearing out some more of the farm. Tomorrow is going to be a fishing day because it's raining, so we don't need to water our crops on a rainy day. Which is great, because that's one thing that we don't have to do. And then, other than that, we're just going to fish, because we're going to try and catch that catfish, because catfish are quite valuable, but you also get the added bonus of the catfish being worth, was it 300, I think, if you gave it to whoever I had to give it to. Now, I did say I didn't need this, but it turns out I probably do. Actually, you know what, we'll just cut down trees. Wood, very useful. Does it appear? Oh, it does appear here. So yes, I gotta give it to Willy. So 200 gold reward, and you get to keep the fish, so I can sell the fish as well. So it's basically just 200 free gold for giving an item to somebody that I probably would have sold, and I get to keep the item. So once we get, the reason we want to also get our foraging skill up is once you have a high enough foraging skill, I think you actually get saplings from trees when you cut them down. So for some of the later items, you want things like, you want an oak orchard or a maple orchard, so you have a lot of maple trees and a lot of wood coming in. You really want to get to a point whereby you can actually just start planting your own forests instead of having to rely on the trees to just very slowly regrow where they please. So I'm getting quite low on energy now. You don't want to run out of energy, necessarily. You know, we can just cut this grass, these weeds, because it's free. Okay, and then in terms of our chest, so we have this wild horseradish, but somebody might want a horseradish, I guess. Somebody might want a dandelion. So I think we should keep 2 or 3 of everything. You can keep 1 of everything, but I feel like a few of everything is probably useful. Also, there is no penalty to starting a seed at 10:30 PM compared to planting it at 9 AM. Makes no difference. I think if you click no, you just slowly regain energy. Yeah, you do very slowly. So you can actually like kind of power nap in a day. Okay, so we've got level 1 foraging. So, +1 axe proficiency, trees drop some seeds. Yeah, so this is what we wanted. You can also craft wild seeds and field snacks, which are a good way of getting free energy. Or, not free energy, because you have to craft them, but either way. Okay, so today's raining. So when it's raining, you don't need to water your crops, which is great. And then we want to go and catch a catfish. So catfish usually, I think, spawn in the river. So you catch catfish in... Yeah, eels are in the sea in the rain, and catfish are in the river. So we can head this way. I'm going to hit that every single time. What I should actually do, what we'll do is we'll get to the river. We'll probably find somewhere in the river that's near... Where should we fish on the river? So you really want somewhere where we can get into deep water, because deep water is the best water, I think. So maybe here is a good place to fish on the river? Or actually here is a good place to fish on the river. So what we can also do, because you can place a chest wherever you want. I don't have the wood. Oh, well, I was going to say we can put a chest there so we don't have to always sort of run backwards and forwards to empty our inventory. So you just cast your line out there, and then you just need to wait for a bite. There we go. So then you just click, I think you can press C. Yeah, C is apparently another way of doing it. No, it's going better wrong. I'm better at clicking. Okay, we caught the fish. It's a sunfish. I think C might actually just be the key to do the same as left click. Not really sure. So fishing isn't the most stimulating gameplay in the world, but it's something we need to do. Yeah, so C has the same... Okay, so C is the same as left click. It's good to know. So it's only 8:20 AM. Some fish only come around at certain times of the day. So I'm not sure if maybe we need to wait longer. Let's have a look. Let's see if we need to wait for a certain time of the day. Okay. So yeah, apparently this is the best place. So the river is where you need to get in. There is no time limit on when it can be caught. This is a nicer picture. You can see easily that I'm actually casting instead of just looking at my back. Okay, maybe this is a catfish. Really? I'm not very good at this, as you can probably tell. I think this is a catfish. It could be a pair of sunglasses or something. Oh, no, it's going to get away. Oh, this is embarrassing. Come on, it's so close. Ah, finally. That is a chub. That's not even a catfish. After all of that, it's not even the fish I want. So this is the quality. So this is a silver quality sunfish. So higher quality items sell for more. Ooh. Oh, come on, I had that there. Oh. And that is a shad, which is also not a catfish. So catfishing. So fishing doesn't actually use very much energy, so we have quite a lot of energy left, but it is only 9:50 AM, so we have not used a huge amount of time. And yet we have we've caught what, 3 fish? Oh, the fish didn't even move. Okay, boom, that is another chub. That's a record length chub, which is not a very big record to beat given that I only have 2 of them. In fact, I only had 1 when I caught that, so that's even less of a record. So this is the issue, so I'm already running out of space. So what I'll probably end up doing is eating the seaweed, because seaweed is not very valuable. Oh no. I have a feeling this might be a catfish. It's quite hard to catch. Maybe clicking is better. Okay, I feel I might have a bit more control with the clicking instead of pressing C. That is a chub. So what we'll probably do is we'll actually probably just we'll probably sell most of these just for that extra money. Because it's only day 3, so we can actually potentially get a few more seeds in and grow them before the festival, the egg festival on the 13th. We have basically, what, 10 days? So if we can get crops that last sort of 4 or 5 days. Well, actually, you have to harvest them on the 12th. Not on the 13th, because the 13th is the egg festival, so you need to have sold them before the egg festival, because the shop is closed on the day of the egg festival. I just want to catch this catfish. Come on. Come on. There's a chest, there's a treasure chest here, so what we need to do is need to get basically all the way to catching this fish. And then we need to get... No. Oh no, I lost the fish. So you need to almost catch the whole fish before you try to go for the chest, otherwise, like that, the fish will get away. So, I could have had something interesting there, but through my own stupidity I missed the chest. Oh, this is not easy to catch. What? This is impossible to catch. Okay, that was a difficult fish to catch. Bounce around all over the place. So there are also legendary fish, and legendary fish are basically impossible to catch with this basic rod unless you are really good at the fish catching. And as you can probably tell, I am not very good at all. So this is junk, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's no good. I mean, you can get later on a recycler, and the recycler lets you turn all these useless things like algae and trash into useful items, like coal and clay and stuff, I think. So you won't necessarily just throw away the trash, and it doesn't sell for anything, so there's no point in selling it or putting it in the bin on the farm, because it doesn't actually give you any money. That is a chub. So everything it has a decent amount of value in this game, so there's no point in sort of wasting time. We've still got sort of 10 hours or so before we... oh, there we go. 10 hours before we need to go to sleep. I'm really concentrating on this, this fishing. Boom. Ah, that's another chub. Record chub. We probably don't need to keep all of these, so we'll keep one chub, I guess, and sell these others. So fishing can actually be a really good way. So when you got the downtime, so when you're growing a 6-day crop or a 12-day crop, you haven't really got a lot to do in between. And fishing can be a really good way, along with the mine, of just gathering money, sort of passive income between your main crop harvests. I mean, the whole point of us having different crops, not just one singular crop, is we want to have crops on it sort of every day. We don't want to have to say, okay, we're now going to wait 28 days before we have our next crop harvest. We want to have crops sort of every day or so being harvested. But fishing is a good thing to do just in the downtime. I mean, we've fished dozens of times and we've still got 126 energy left. And I could eat this algae, for example, and get 13 energy back. I could probably replenish half of my energy just by eating the algae that we already have available to us. Okay, so we got, not only do we get a shad, but we actually got a chest as well, and our chest has iron ore. That's very useful. We're running out of space in our inventory, and I didn't bring wood with me, although actually I can chop down these trees, right? You know what, it's probably better to just go and get wood though. For the time it takes, and I also don't have any space in my inventory, so I can't actually pick up the wood and make a chest with it. I really do want to catch that, what's it called? Catch that catfish. That's the fish I was trying to catch. Because I would like that 200 gold. And also, just the fishing experience, and we might even have already leveled up in fishing. Yeah, we have. We've already got level 1 fishing, so that will make fishing tomorrow easier. Unfortunately, fishing tomorrow being easier isn't helpful for a catfish because it's probably not going to rain tomorrow. But even still.